Hello everyone, my name is Brandon Avram and I'm representing today Team 8, and we created a foldable bike rack to be able to store the bike in a very secure and safe location for the user. And Team 8 consists of John Linehan, Brooke Harrington, myself, and Jacob Crocker, and we'll go ahead and get started here. So from the start, we've been wanting to navigate through success, and one way we've been doing that is creating a mission statement, just so that we have a great idea of what we can make in the end and what we want to focus on for the product. We've also created a Gantt chart, and this is a great way to make sure that we stay on task from the beginning to the end, as well as maybe possibly getting ahead on something that we're able to. We've also created case studies that really focus on what kind of scenarios and ideas the customer might want in this product. And so with that, we did create a customer profile, and this was good because now we're able to see what kind of person might be interested in this product. And we've also focused on the customer needs as well, and that kind of ties in with our case study. And we did conduct interviews for this as well. And we also want to focus on what kind of product specifications we want to have in our product in the end. We want to make sure that we don't build something that's too heavy or not robust. And of course, with everything, you want to make sure you focus on the economics of the product and company. So we did create an economic analysis on what we think might be the analysis for the future for our company. And so, like I had mentioned, we did create a mission statement, and these are just some of the ideas that we've had since the beginning that we want to make sure we always stay loyal to. Such as being lightweight. We don't want to have something that's super heavy or super over-designed, right? So we want something that can be able to be picked up by anyone that might be able to ride a bike. As well as cheap and portable. We don't want to have something that people can't afford, and we want to be able to make sure it's able to be moved and change locations if needed. So these are just some of the main aspects we've been focusing on. So this is our mission statement, and of course we want to also focus on security. Another main point that we've had since the beginning is focusing on if someone is living in an urban environment such as an apartment or a dorm living space, and living or creating a storage location for this bike can be very difficult, such as like an urban environment living in the city. That can be tough, and theft is an issue, of course. So making sure that this is worthwhile to the customer and possibly a better alternative is really important. So we want to make something that people will feel safe having in their house as an alternative storage. So, and of course, we do have stakeholders, but ultimately it is anyone who is riding a bike and looking for an alternative storage location, either within their house or somewhere else on their property. So, like I mentioned, we did create a Gantt chart, and this basically just lists out all of our tasks that we have ahead of us, as well as tasks that we've already completed. Anything highlighted in blue, such as these first two tasks, those have been completed, as well as this is a task that is non-critical. The red tasks are critical tasks. So we want to make sure we, of course, complete the critical tasks at a timely rate, and we're very efficient with those. The great thing about having a task that is non-critical is we can also complete this task simultaneously with a critical task. So this is important, and it will make sure things keep going on task and on time. So with this Gantt chart, the great thing about it is we want to make sure that we stay on task with things that are very important to the company, but also if we actually have extra time, we can create our own guidelines for making sure that we are exceeding customer expectations and promoting success and safety with the company and the product itself. So this is important, and making sure that we stay on task with our time and our assignments and tasks is really important. So of course we did create a case study, and this is basically a couple different scenarios that someone might be able to use this product for. Of course, like I mentioned, There are cases where the customer will be able to use it in an urban environment, but of course he can use it in a different way, such as being placed horizontally versus vertically, and ultimately that's what our design is hopefully going to be able to incorporate, something that can hold a bike vertically and horizontally. And so there's definitely a couple different flows that the user can have with this, and we want to make sure we're aware of as many as possible so that we can implement marketing ideas and market this properly. So this is basically our case study that focuses on different things that customers might be looking for and how we can incorporate it in our product. So, like I had mentioned, we always wanted to have a customer-centric design and product. So this is basically just a customer profile of someone that we might think might be interested in the entire product in the end. So of course they're going to obviously want to have a couple of different bikes if they're riding bikes often, maybe a mountain bike, a road bike. So this might allow for different types of storage device be used in different parts of their property. So being able to fit the needs of someone that is truly going to be riding bikes for a very long time is really important. And making sure that we come across as a company that you can rely on is really important. So we want to make sure that it is space efficient and lightweight and durable and foldable. And we'll kind of touch on that in the next slide about what is our important features of the product. So like I said, making sure that it is lightweight. We don't want to make something that's super heavy and awkward to use for a customer. Of course, we also want to focus on the quality of the materials. We don't want to be using cheap materials that can break unexpectedly for our user. As well as making sure that we have a minimum number of components. Of course, if you have more components and more mechanical parts, then you're going to have a higher chance of having issues in the future with the product. So we want to make sure we minimize the amount of moving parts. And of course, we want to make sure that the size of the components fits the VTEP's incorporated guidelines. So that is something that we also have. And we also do have our quality function deployment here. And this basically just ranks our ideas of what we think is important for our product and what we think is going to be crucial to making this product successful. So of course, with everything, there's going to be a financial analysis, of course, of what's going on behind the scenes with the product, and we want to make sure the company is successful on an economic analysis and ideas behind that. So we do have here just some data about our fixed costs. So it's about 10 grand, as well as a variable cost per product of about $30. And the price per bike rack is approximately $50. So the break-even point is approximately 15 units, and we do expect to sell 30 units per year. Hopefully that does increase as our name gets out in the world. And we do have here our price and demand curve, and this just basically shows how we can how our break-even points are at approximately 15 units. So we do hope that our annual expectations for number of products sold goes up or is higher than 30, but that is what we're assuming as our first year. So this is our financial projections for our company. So just want to end here with a couple of key takeaways for our product. So I don't think I mentioned this in the beginning, but this is actually a picture of what we think the product may look like. Of course, this is just something that we've considered from another idea, but it's not exactly what ours is going to look like. And we hope to have some more CAD and ideas for what our product will look like soon. So the main idea here is, of course, we want to build something that's robust and lightweight. And of course, we want to focus on customer service. So having something that is focused on the making sure it's reliable for a very long time, for 10 plus years that a customer can use this for. As well as planning ahead, we created a Gantt chart to make sure that we complete all of our tasks on time and making sure that we have as as much time as possible to focus on other things that might be important, as well as focusing on, of course, the economics and creating something that is going to be worthwhile for the company and for the consumer, and that is not super expensive, yet it is built well enough so that it lasts. And we want to make sure that we stay on task throughout the project so that we can focus on things such as customer service and maybe incorporating other ideas into the product that we might think are important. And ultimately, we want to build a great, long-lasting product that the customer can use for many years to come. So this is our company here for the first presentation, and we do thank you for listening in, and have a great one. Thank you.